So I put my whip down. I'm gonna just come in here and rub on him some. Just get here next to him. Try to be his buddy. I'm gonna go ahead and put this saddle on him and just trying to rub his belly, make sure he doesn't have anything underneath him or on his back. And he's probably more, today was his, you know, I mean, as far, the first day he was pretty, I mean, he was a little bit worried, you know, but today, well, I mean, he was a little more worried today than he was on Tuesday when we worked him. But it's a lot colder today, and he had a couple days off as opposed to 1 day. And we're in Florida. It's March the 2nd or 3rd, and it's been 85, and it got to be 30 for maybe the second time this year. So, pretty big change. He hadn't been used to that, especially in the week, on the week that we decide we're gonna try to saddle him and ride him. And I'm just moving through this guy, I'm just fluid. I'm not getting in a hurry. I'm trying to stay here with him and just stay slow and smooth. And but I'm staying, you know, I mean, this is the third time we've saddled him. I'm gonna stay on my toes, you know. I'm gonna try not to get on my heels, and I'm gonna try to stay safe. I'm not gonna change really the way I'm gonna saddle him much. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay close. I'm gonna keep something on him. Because I'm not going to put it past him that he won't buck a little bit and still jump on me. He hasn't offered to buck really at all the first two rides, but it's a new day, so stuff changes every day, and how he reacts to this may change today for whatever reason it may be. I'm just going to rub him here. And guys, I'm going to start treating him a lot more like a horse, you know, after today, and as we move on into next week. You know, I'll unsaddle him today when I get done right here. But, you know, next week I'm going to leave him saddled for a little while and start tying him up after I ride him. So I got to think about that. And, you know, you noticed I didn't really take put my pad on and take it off, and put my saddle on and take it off, and do it a few times. I didn't feel like I needed to. He took it just fine the first time. So, you know, I don't want to make it monotonous on him, and I don't want to make it monotonous on me. So I just want to kind of move through stuff and try to stay fluid and show him, and go ahead and move forward as fast as he'll allow me to. I'm going to step here, and I'm going to go to his hip here and just disengage him a little bit. Just going to disengage. I'm going to wait. Good. Step to the other side here. Step to his hip. Good. And stay on this side of his eye. That's what that horse has tried to block me on this side, you know, the whole time. So when I let him rest, I'm going to stay on this side of his eye. I'm going to ask him here. I'm going to ask him to come across me. Show him where to go. Direct him. Good. Just let him walk. He lick his lips and relax. I don't want to just, when I ask him off, just kiss to him and send him and want him to, you know, go to loping right off the bat. I want to kind of build him into it. So I'm going to disengage him here. Good. I want to pet him just because he's doing good right there, and he's waiting on me, and he's relaxed. I'm going to show him where to go. I'm going to slow this down. I'm going to slow that down a little bit. I don't want him to go that fast. He's more reactive on this side. So I'm just going to stay. And my feet, I'm not going to get him in a hurry right here until I have to. I'm really just want him to wait and understand, hey, it's not that bad. There, much better. Much better. I'm going to see me kind of pick his head up there. I want to slow him down a little bit, but I don't want to disengage him and get him to come get his hips away right there. I kind of try to pull his shoulder there. There you go. I'm going to step here. I'm going to step here. I'm going to push his shoulder away a little bit. There. I'm going to step in here and wait. You know, and you might say, like right here, I'm going to move his hip around, I'm going to ask him back. Good. So you see when I kind of got him away from, got him off of me there, I kind of picked my lead up and pushed his shoulder. He wanted to push into me right there, so I want to take that away. I don't want to let that get any worse, because like you saw when I had that whip, he wanted to come into me. So I really want to take that out of the equation right there. I'm gonna hold here, and like this side has been the worst side. I'm just gonna hold. Good. Good. There you go, boy. And you know, I gave him a lot of chances right there to do this. You know, and it took a lot of patience for me to stay hooked and stay slow to try to let him figure out what I'm asking him to do. That I'm not asking him to do anything to worry him that much. But at the same time, like you saw me when I moved into him and I pushed him away, he started to kind of disrespect me. So there's a fine line as to what we can do and when we can do it and how we do it. And that's going to change on every single horse. There's no way I can make you a colt starting DVD and say, hey, this is how you're going to start a colt. There's no way. I feel like every one of them is going to be different no matter what. We've got the same program and the same certain steps we're going to follow with each horse, but it's going to vary how we go through those steps, and the order we sometimes go through those steps as well. Because sometimes we go through those steps, and you know, sometimes we have to skip certain steps to get other steps. So it all depends and all varies, you know, from horse to horse as to what we're going to do and what they'll allow us to do. And that's you know, I feel like the hardest part about this colt starting is definitely going to be being able to read a horse and understand the limitations he has and the pressures and, you know, and the strong points he has to be able to push on. And it's very tough, and it takes a lot of horses, I feel like, and every day I feel like I learned something. I learned 2 or 3 things yesterday, you know. I'm going to slow him down here, get to his hip. Good. You know, where I feel like I learn some stuff with every one of these horses every time, you know, on a daily basis. I'm going to just wait on him right there. Instead of me getting worried and me trying to get him slowed down, I'm just going to kind of let him think about it a little bit. I didn't disengage him, just kind of let him go, let him get through that spot. Ask him, keep going. I don't want him to stop right yet. I didn't ask him. Now I'm going to ask him to stop right here. I'm just going to go to I'm just going to keep going to him. I'm going to keep going. Good. Good job, boy. And I'm just going to keep stepping right here. I want to get to that spot right here. Good. Then you step his shoulder away. That's what I've been wanting. You know, that's what I've been wanting for this the 3rd day, you know. And that was a lot easier and a lot better. But it's all about where I'm positioning my body on him. I'm going to take him here, guys, and I'm going to take this halter off of him, and I'm going to let him move around a little bit. Big thing is, like when I take my halter off of him in here and I push him around and things, or any time, it doesn't matter, regardless of the colt or older horse, but I try to take my halter off and hold him here for a second. Come right here, and I got this saddle, I think, tight enough to if I wanted to get on, I could. I might see if I can get it one more hole here. And like I said, I'm going to take this halter off of him and I'm going to let him move around some. I'm going to wait here. He wants to pull his head away. I'm going to try to stay here with him, guys, so when I take this off of him, and it don't matter if it's this horse or any horse, but trying to make him wait on me when I take the halter off so he doesn't just, every time I take it off, he just turns and runs. Just take it off of him, and I'm going to step away, and I'm going to direct him just like I would. Good. I'm going to stay behind the drive line. When I talk about the drive line, I mean that more or less that front cinch. So if I step in front of that, it's probably going to cause him to stop or slow down. But if I stay behind it, I'm driving him here. Let him try it. I'm just letting him loose, and I'm going to just ask him to just lope here, Just kind of swing my rope. Good. As soon as he goes, I stop swinging. I want to keep him going. Good. Just like that. I'm going to step in front of him here. Ask him the opposite. And like and it's a fine line right here, guys, whether to turn him in or turn him away. And you know, sometimes it's good to turn him in. Sometimes it's good to turn him away. It all depends. You know, if this horse is really trying to push on me in spots and was really being a bully, I wouldn't really be able to so much allow him to come into me. I would really ask him to turn away. But you know, this horse is pretty, I mean, he's not trying to hurt anybody. So whether he turns away or he turns to me, you know, it kind of varies. Not going to make as much of a difference with me with him, except when I'm trying to catch him. You know, like when I first came in here, I need to let him turn to me to take that pressure away, to let him start coming into me. And I don't want to confuse you, but it's such a fine line, and there's so many different scenarios that it's hard to say one way or the other. It's about how that horse is and how he's responding to what you're showing him. You know, like I said, and there's spots where I feel like I need to push him away, and sometimes I need to get him to come to me. I'm going to direct him here and drive him off to the right. Step here, good, push him off. Stay behind his drive line, just let him load. I want to keep him moving there, good. And you got to kind of watch him and try to anticipate for what these horses are doing, you know, whether are they trying to slow down, are they trying to trot when you're trying to get them to lope. So I know right here he wants to stop already, so I'm going to start putting my pressure now to try to prevent him from stopping. Got to learn to. So I got to try to anticipate what he's doing. I'm going to push. So that right there, I know that's that spot. So I start building my speed up, putting a little more pressure here, try to drive him past it. Good. Drive him past it again. Good. And I'm going to step in front of him. Let him move. Good. I'm going to step in front of him again. Push him away. Good. Step in front of him. I'll try to gradually get it. Oh. So like right there, what I'm doing is I'm gradually trying to work him in closer to be able to catch him right there. You know, he gave me such a good look with his eye right there that I caught it just at the right time. My time was good where I could take my pressure away right there and let him rest and try to let him accept it. I'm just going to rub him a little bit right here. I want to push him off again, show him where to go. I'm asking him here to go the other way. Good. I'm asking him here to go the other way. Good. Push him forward, push him forward. I want to get him away from the gate as much as I can. Good. Good job, bud. He's pretty, he's got really good expression, this horse. And he's fun to watch right there. Just gonna walk straight to him. I'm not gonna deviate much. Step to his shoulder. And when I walk into these colts, I wanna walk to their shoulder most of the time. It's the safest way for me to walk up to him. I'm just gonna stay here, just kind of pull his head around if I can, and just put this thing up here and show it to him. And this horse has been more worried about his ears, you know, in the top of his head than in any spot. So I got to be careful with that, with these colts. You know, they've never had their ears touched. They've never been up, never had anything up there. You know, when you get up there touching and stuff, those horses throw their head and hit you in the face and knock you out, or, you know, bust your head. And so you got to be careful and be aware of what's going on right there when you're in that spot. And today, being the third day, I want to put this Basel on him today. Oh. Just because I want to get a little bit more, softness out of his face, and I want to try to get a little bit of vertical softness in some spots. And, whoa. So I'm going to use it to help myself a little bit. Oh. Take my hand across his face, just kind of show him what we're doing here. And like right here with his ear, I've got to be careful what I'm doing there. I just want to slip it through, nice and easy. Slip it through. And sometimes with these colts, I may keep my bozzle a little bit looser, or keep my bridle a little bit looser to help myself get it over his ears. Good boy. I'm just going to rub him some right here. He just in some spots. I want to just make sure he's. Ooh. We'll show him, Bubble. And I'm not going to get on him right this second, but I just want to put him through this a little bit. And the one thing like I want to do with him a little bit with this bozzle is I want to try to get myself a little bit of vertical softness. And I'm just going to hold here, pick up. He's going to back up. That's good. That's what I've asked him to do so far. I'm going to bend him a little bit right here when I do it. There, I get a little vertical. And I give it back to him just as soon as I do. And you always hear, notice the slightest try. Well, notice the slightest try, because it helps a bunch. When you can kind of catch it and you can really notice that he's trying to help you right there, and you can give it back to him, that's when he's really going to start to learn. I'm going to hold. I'm going to come a little wider and bend him a little bit. Good. I get that vertical. I'm going to give it back. Go right back to it. I'm holding. Going to get him to bend. There. There. I'm asking for just a little. Good job, bud. And give it back. Very small steps. Very, very small steps are going to create this horse. I'm going to ask him to bend a little bit. Just bend a little bit. There, he gets vertical. Lateral softness gives me vertical softness. And it's going to be that way for the rest of this horse's life and the rest of everybody else's life to me. You know, I feel like this lateral softness starts every bit of softness with my horse from his feet to his side, to his ribs, to his face, and everywhere in between. I feel like it's such a big deal to have have lateral softness to be able to get vertical softness. I ask here, good. Ask him to get soft, good job, bud. And I'm going to give it back. I'm going to hold here, good. I'm going to give that back to him a little bit. Just going to wait. I'm going to go back to the other side. What's wrong, Bubba? And guys, like the biggest thing that I've seen with, you know, this colt and everything else with other colts is my demeanor needs to stay the same. I don't need, when he gets worried, I really need to focus on trying. Good job, buddy. On really trying to stay calm and stay confident in what I'm doing to keep him confident. Just ask him to get, there you go, bud. There, I'm starting to get it now a little bit more. Good job, buddy. Bend him a little bit right here. Bend him a little bit. Bend him a little bit. There. Hold. I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold wider a little bit. There. Good job. And I tell you, like with this vertical softness and getting it, I'm going to bend him.